Have you ever said something and seen her eyes light up, like you touched her soul? That wasn't an accident. It was the power of the right words at the right time. Most men think attraction is about looks or status, but true connection comes from how you speak. The right words can open doors to her heart that no charm or money can. Seneca said, "Speech is the mirror of the soul." Your words reflect your depth. Women feel that. Today I'll share 6 powerful phrases. These aren't tricks, they're tools. Tools rooted in confidence, clarity, and presence. They'll help you stand out without chasing. This isn't about manipulation. It's about speaking with purpose. It's about being a man who means what he says. Think about a moment when someone said something that stayed with you. Not because it was loud, but because it was real. That's what we're aiming for. These phrases are not gimmicks, they're gateways. And the last one. Most men are too afraid to say it. But once you learn why it works, you'll never speak the same way again. Stay with me. Because once you speak like this, you won't have to chase. They'll come to you. Phrase 1. You have a unique way about you. I like that. Let's begin with a phrase that's subtle but powerful. This isn't just a compliment. It's a quiet mystery. When you tell a woman you have a unique way about you, I like that, her mind begins to race. What does he mean? What's so unique about me? And suddenly she's intrigued. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you notice something deeper in her beyond the surface, you show her that your thoughts are not ordinary. You see beyond what others see, and that makes you different. Most men compliment what's obvious: her looks, her style, her smile. But the Stoic man notices something quieter, the way her voice lifts when she talks about what she loves, the calm confidence when she stands up for herself, the spark in her eyes when she's fully alive. That kind of attention is rare, and women feel it deeply. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice." As much as we speak, and this is the key, to notice the unique parts of someone, you must truly observe. Not just look but see. Say this phrase slowly, with a slight smile. Hold eye contact. To dominate, but to connect. Speak it not as a line, but as a truth. It's not about getting her to like you. It's about making her feel seen. And when a woman feels seen, not just looked at, but understood, her guard drops. She begins to open. That's when real connection starts. Phrase 2. I like women who know what they want. This phrase flips the usual dynamic. Most men chase desperate to prove they're good enough. But this is different. It's not a compliment. It's a quiet standard. A filter. You're not saying, "Please like me." You're saying, "I know what I value." When you say, "I like women who know what they want," you're inviting her to step into her strength, not to impress you, but to meet you as an equal. That's rare and powerful. Seneca once said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." The same goes for relationships. If you don't know what you value, you'll drift. But when you speak from clarity, from principle, it changes how others respond to you. Imagine this. She asked you what kind of women you're into. Most guys give vague, safe answers. You say, calmly and without hesitation, "I like women who know what they want." You're not just answering a question, you're issuing a silent challenge. Now she's thinking, do I know what I want? Do I fit that? And suddenly the roles shift. You're not seeking her approval, she's wondering if she has yours. Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." When you know your values and speak from that place, you don't need to chase. People feel the gravity of your presence. Speak this phrase with warmth and not arrogance. You're not putting her down. You're elevating the standard. And if she rises to it, that's when real connection begins. Phrase 3. That's what I like most about you. This phrase is deceptively simple, but its impact runs deep. It's not just a compliment, it's a mirror. It reflects back something that she may not even realize about herself. When done right, it makes her feel seen in a way that most people never do. Most men say things like, "You're beautiful," or "You're so hot." They focus on the surface. But you go deeper. You say, "That's what I like most about you," and follow it with something specific. something real. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul is dyed by the color of its thoughts." When you highlight something meaningful like her passion, her fire, or her calm presence, showing that your thoughts are focused beyond appearance, and that matters. Imagine this moment. She's talking about a dream she's had since she was a child, or telling a story that lights her up. You pause, look her in the eye, and say, "That's what I like most about you," and you mean it, Seneca said. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. This phrase spoken with presence is a kindness, a rare one. It says, "I see you." It's not just the image, but the essence. Speak it when the moment feels right, not forced. Thud. Look for something that reveals her spirit, then name it. Women aren't starving for attention. They're starving to be understood. And when you offer that understanding gently, sincerely, you separate yourself from the crowd. This isn't about praise. It's about presence. And presence is the most attractive quality of all. Phrase 4, "I don't think you're ready for me yet." This phrase is bold, but it's not about arrogance. It's about confidence rooted in calm self-respect. When used with a light tone and a touch of playfulness, it creates a shift, a pause, a question in her mind. Why wouldn't I be ready for him? That question is everything. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know the truth." When you say, "I don't think you're ready for me yet," you're not trying to manipulate. You're simply speaking from a place of self-awareness. You know what you bring to the table. You're not afraid to let her wonder. Most men try to convince women to accept them. They seek validation. But a Stoic man doesn't chase approval. He embodies value. Picture this. You're having a playful conversation. She's teasing you, showing off a little. You smile, look her in the eye and say, "I don't think you're ready for me yet." You're not rejecting her. You're creating challenge and intrigue. You're inviting her to rise, Seneca said. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. That's what this phrase demonstrates. You are not swayed by flattery or games. You are steady, clear, centered, used well. This line stirs something in her, an urge to prove herself, to rise to meet the standard you quietly hold. But the power lies in your delivery. Say it lightly, with a warm smile, not to diminish her, but to elevate the moment. When you hold your value quietly, without ego, you become magnetic. And the more she wonders why you said it, the more she leans in. A man who speaks like this doesn't chase attention. He draws it in by who he is. Phrase 5, "I don't know if you can handle me." Phrase 6, "I'm not that easy." These two phrases, when spoken with calm confidence, create a powerful tension. They're playful, teasing, but beneath the humor, there's something deeper, a quiet message of self-worth. When you say, "I don't know if you can handle me," you're not bragging. You're expressing boldness without needing to prove anything. Epictetus reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That's the spirit here. You're not performing. You're being real fearlessly. She brags, teases, flirts, and instead of reacting, you smile and say, "I don't know if you can handle me." Not to put her down, but to keep the tension alive. You're letting her feel the challenge without losing your center. Then comes the phrase that shifts everything. "I'm not that easy." Most men try to be overly available, always agreeable, always ready. But when you say, "I'm not that easy," you change the game. You're not rude. You're just not in a rush to be one. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is what these phrases reflect. You're not trying to impress. You're grounded, calm, selective. You can say it. Playfully, you'll have to earn it. "I'm not that easy." And smile. You're creating space for mystery, for standards, for energy to build. Because in the absence of instant approval, curiosity grows. And if she laughs and says, "Okay, so what do I have to do?" just smile again and say, "Maybe I'll tell you someday." It's not avoidance. That's mastery. On thoughts. These 6 phrases aren't tricks. They're reflections of a man who knows who he is. It's a man who doesn't chase validation but attracts it by being aligned with his own truth. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Speak like the sand. When the right moment comes, you won't need to force it. It'll happen naturally. So the next time you speak, don't speak to impress. Speak to express, calmly, clearly like a Stoic.